Background, please. Background noise.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very urgent stream tonight. I'm Pat's Path Predictor. David Schlauhauer is getting the technical stuff taken care of as of right now. Right now, we have a very, very serious situation to really unpack and fold right now. For those of you who do not know, we have Hurricane Otis that is now a 165 mile per hour Category 5 catastrophic hurricane approaching the coast of Mexico. It is approaching the coast of Mexico. I apologize for that. It's just been a very crazy day. Very crazy day. It's approaching Acapulco, Mexico, which is a population center of around 1 million people if you count the suburbs in that as well. And it is appearing that things are going from bad to worse every single minute as of right now.
Yep.
Yeah, David, go ahead and go ahead and join up if you want to go ahead and elaborate further.
Yeah, you guys, what's up? My name is David Schlauhauer here in the home weather office. Yeah, it was not supposed to be this way, but when I got onto my computer tonight, been out of the house most of the day. If you read my blog post on my channel, you understand. Got a new phone and got a new watch today. Actually, if I can show you all that really quickly, and my cameras decide, let's go out. So my cameras are not working. So I did get a new watch and I got a new phone, and so that's why I've been so busy the last couple of days. But I got greeted with one of the strongest hurricanes rapidly intensifying at an explosive rate, nearly 95 knot wind increase in 24 hours as we're tracking right now what is Otis. The elevator of Otis is elevating its way towards Acapulco, Mexico, and it is within about 30 miles of reaching that area. In fact, we don't have Doppler radar unless our lovely friend Justin G might have a link to that he if he wants to share it, he's more than happy to. But we don't have Doppler radar, and we are only relying off of satellite images and a few other things. It would be really nice if they could actually add in Doppler
this one.
Radar sites for us to see on this system. But right now, this is absolutely intense. So intense that we are looking at a Category 5. And look at all the lightning strikes. I wanted to show you all this. This is off of weathernerds.org. And I'm speechless. I am really, really speechless. When we pause it here, we have 100 lightning strikes going on within the storm right now. Ethan, Pat, Brendan, and Ethan WX, that is in the background. 100 lightning strikes per 10 minutes.
Yeah, this is quite a crazy situation. I want to kind of give a little bit of an understanding of what's been going on over the last 24 hours, because we got some comments in the chat about this thing being a tropical storm this morning. Well, you're right. This was a tropical storm. In fact, at this point, 24 hours ago, this was a 50 mile per hour tropical storm that was just starting to get its act together. And then from then on out, it started to intensify and it started to strengthen. And then right after 10 o'clock this morning in Central Time, all hell broke loose. First, we went up to 70, from 65 to 70. Then we went from 70 to 80. From 70 to 80 between 1 and 2 o'clock. Actually, no, never mind. Out between 10 and 1 o'clock. But hurricane hunters were out in there, and they found this thing. Actually, no, this was a 110 mile per hour Category 2 hurricane. And then right after that, it continued to explosively intensify. At one point, we saw a pressure drop of 14 millibars in an hour. Just for some context.
That is...
For those of you who don't know how intense of a drop that is, it's hard to compare it to other hurricanes, but I'll do my best. Compare that to Hurricane Ida in 2021. It went from, at one point, a pressure drop of 11 millibars an hour. And keep in mind, this was a thing that went from 115 to 130 miles per hour. This thing went from this pressure dropped from I believe it was 960. No, it was 974, 960. I'm checking the archives right now. I'm a bit flustered for obvious reasons. Yeah, 985 to 971. And then it kept dropping at a rate of about 5 or 6 millibars per hour. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the magnum opus.
Oh, Justin G just mentioned in the chat, good comparison would be Patricia in terms of intensification. Obviously won't be that intense though, but wow. So yeah, I wanted to read the key messages to you all that are watching this stream, because again, we got a lot of people watching. Otis is expected to be a potentially catastrophic Category 5 hurricane when it reaches the southern coast of Mexico early Wednesday. Life-threatening hurricane force winds are expected in portions of the hurricane warning area, with catastrophic damage on a unsurvivable level. I mean, I don't like using or adding words to this, but I'm telling you, 165 now, probably looking at this to be 185 or so right at landfall. As quick as this thing has jumped, I can see that happening. A potentially catastrophic storm surge is expected to produce life-threatening coastal flooding near and to the east of where the center makes landfall, near the coast, and the surge will be accompanied by large and destructive waves. Heavy rains from Otis will continue to impact areas of southwest Mexico this week. This rainfall will produce flash and urban flooding, along with mudslides in areas of higher terrain. And so, this is a really big deal. I mean, we're talking catastrophic impacts potentially if this continues to intensify, which I think it is. It's continuing
it's still
to do.
Going. It's look at the amount of lightning strikes that thing has in it. You said 600 in in 10 minutes at one point.
No, I said 100 in 10 minutes.
100. Okay. Even still, this thing is it's still going, and I'm seeing some comments in here saying that the people that sheltered instead of evacuated are have a less chance of survival. Here's the thing: the people in Acapulco did not realize how strong this was until maybe a couple of hours ago.
So it's going to be very hard. They had no way of
knowing this thing intensifying this much.
It is good. Yeah, I can see
no
why.
Way of that.
Yeah, this thing played a huge trick on Acapulco, Mexico. But look at that eye. I mean, look at how this thing just really blew up. I mean, right towards Acapulco, Mexico. I mean, wow. Buzzsaw, look, very smooth CDO right here with cold cloud tops of negative 115, negative 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Which is a signature that we have a very, catastrophic Category 5. And let me go to RAL and let me pop up the ADT on this. The ADT, oh my gosh, laughing out loud. Literally, what the heck? 119 knot winds? No.
I don't trust that.
No.
I don't trust that.
No, I don't either.
It's like this thing is intensifying so fast that the Dvorak can't catch up to it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is... What's the storm surge going to be on this thing?
Severe Weather Center says up to maybe 20 feet of storm surge.
Jeez. Has a Cat 5 ever hit such a large city before? I don't know, to be honest.
Time was in 1979. Santo Domingo in the Dominican.
Oh, yeah.
That's the last time it's.
Yeah. This is one of these EAS scenarios that you watch on your free time that's literally playing out in real life.
Are they going to do
This
hourly
is-
updates on this?
Most likely.
Sure hope. We need new information. We need some new information. So, as you can see,
Absolutely.
165 mile an hour winds. By the way, that is about as strong as Lee was this year in the Atlantic. This could probably be stronger than that. Pressure-wise, stronger as far as Central is moving at 9 miles an hour. So it has another few hours yet over these warm waters to further rapidly intensify before it finally makes landfall. Because how far? It's like 40 miles, 40, so it's got another 4 hours yet over the open waters.
Yeah, and this thing is, David, Lava Command saying people are trying to get out last second. No, at this point, it is too late to evacuate. It's too late. And the more people that try to leave, the more that they're going to get in their cars and the more traffic it's going to cause.
I got some
1 million people.
Sorry to overtalk.
What's up?
Sorry to interrupt, but we lost another camera already. We have no cameras at all in the... Oh, man, this is all in Spanish. Can't read.
Oh, that's a problem.
In Acapulco. There's the cameras.
Privately looking at...
Yeah.
That's odd.
2 cameras are out there already. So we have no cameras. We are only looking at satellite images and latest from the National Hurricane Center. This is how it is sometimes. I mean, at least I'm live streaming on this, and at least we're bringing you the latest information. We have no recon out there, so we are really in the dark. We're kind of in the dark with no, fresh data. Boy, wouldn't it be interesting if TDR was out there in this? Like tail Doppler radar? Wow.
Yeah, and speaking of stream, we now have over 100 concurrent viewers as of right now. Thank you guys for tuning in at this late hour. We do apologize. For really kind of interrupting you from whatever you guys are doing, but this is such a very serious situation right here that we need to really cover this.
And there it is, right there.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this is going to go right over Acapulco. According to the NHC track forecast, this is going right in towards their area. And based on my app, off of my new phone here, let me go to Acapulco. Acapulco is expected to have winds up to 170 miles an hour at landfall.
Jesus.
And wow. Ethan, and remember that video that you showed me, right? Remember how that was 180 or 150 mile an hour winds? We could be talking about 170 over Acapulco, Mexico.
Yeah, what David refers to there, if anyone's kind of unfamiliar with that, was a video that I brought to his attention from, what was that? It was a typhoon.
No,
was it Haiyan?
No, it was in the Atlantic.
No, it was a hurricane. It was Hurricane. I am drawing a blank on this. That's not helping.
Let me see if I can look it up. If I could save the day.
Well, okay. While we're doing that, John Bella, thank you for the $2 super chat and great reporting. I appreciate that. We appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, it's...
Hello?
Okay, my mic was off for a second. I apologize for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Power flashes already observed in Acapulco, Mexico from the Fiesta Americana webcam. Okay, this is a problem. Okay, Justin G's putting out some stuff. This is the second Cat 5 of the season, and the first time of since 2018 in the Eastern Pacific.
Oh gosh.
The fastest intensification in the Eastern Pacific in the Eastern Pacific ever, 100 knots in 24 hours, may be the first Cat 5 to ever make landfall on the west side of Mexico. It's most likely going to happen at this current point. There's no, an IOR replacement cycle is not going to save the day. There is not enough time for this. Yeah, we were reporting on that. But anyway, yeah, there is not enough time for an ERC to take place. This thing is 4 hours before landfall. And that's unfortunately what's happening. David, what are you taking a look at right now? Or I'm just over here seeing what's going on.
I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that comparison video. That Ethan sent me on that hurricane.
Yeah.
It was over.
Okay. We got the 12. We have the 12Z up. The 12 a.m. update. No change in intensity at this current time. It is now about 30 miles southeast of Acapulco.
30 miles. So
we got 3 hours.
About 3.
We got 3 hours.
Oh gosh, that's not good.
No, this thing is literally making landfall at 3 a.m. and this is not clickbait. Hurricane at 3 a.m.
We got really cold cloud tops.
By the
Look at
way-
this. Negative 114 degree cloud tops in Fahrenheit. The eye temperature is already 11 degrees Fahrenheit right now. And this is Acapulco right here for reference. Here's Acapulco. Let me circle this. Oh, and my Epic Pin does not want to work today. Okay, there it is. So here's Acapulco. System is moving this direction. So it's got another... Let me actually see if I can get the... See, the eye is right there. Yeah, so it's got about another 3 hours or so. Another 3 hours before landfall. Eye temperature about 11 degrees right now. We have a lot of lightning surrounding this.
Why does the hurricane not look rotational? That's because we're using one frame of it at this current point in time. But wow, yeah.
And actually, let me go to Tropical Tidbits. I wanted to show you all this. This is why, I mean, I can't even take my eyes off the tropics sometimes. This is Otis right here. And we all thought, Otis is not going to do anything. Whatever, it's not going to do much. Well, look what all happened. The journey and the intensity journey of Otis. You can see it right there, just nothing to something really quickly. I mean,
It's a little more than something.
That's big something. You can see it right there, just how it just explodes.
That is amazing.
Yeah, the eye wall is moving on shore right now, as it's gonna parallel the coast for a bit before making landfall. No matter where this hits, this is gonna be bad.
This is gonna be. I mean, the National Hurricane Center. Okay. I want to read something to you that I don't hear from the NHC. A nightmare scenario. Okay, a nightmare scenario is unfolding for southern Mexico this evening with rapidly intensifying Otis. All right, let's go down here. Let's see. This is an extremely serious situation for Acapulco metropolitan area, with the core of the destructive hurricane likely to come near or over the large city early on Wednesday. There are no hurricanes on record even close to this intensity for this part of Mexico. For this,
wow,
right there. Okay, let me read another one. Let's see. Something in here that said
Yeah, we already covered that. Sorry, folks. Ethan WX is in the background right there. So, but yeah, the wording on this was insane.
Yeah, I mean, that is very serious wording. Very serious wording. Wow.
This is, bro. This is something you absolutely do not want to see. And the tragic part is the models and all the computers that were looking at this did not see it coming. But
Oh
conditions were
my
there.
goodness. We're already
What now?
we're up to 106 lightning flashes in the last 10 minutes.
That's been pretty consistent.
Well,
To
earlier
be honest.
earlier was at 85 and 76. So in the last 3 frames we have had
Okay, hold up. Time out. I'm getting something from one of my tropical team on Storms United. Satellite estimates for Otis continue to rise. Now a Vmax of 154 knots, which is about 175 to 180 miles per hour, and a minimum pressure of 910 millibars.
Oh my
Ooh.
gosh.
I think it's going to be 175 at the next advisory.
Where are you? Okay, because I'm looking at the Dvorak. It's still at 119 for me. Where is this like?
Dvorak?
Yeah, looking at the Dvorak.
Let's look at it. I mean, let me check Dvorak because I think it's broken at this point.
I don't know where you're. I mean, that's.
It's still, yeah, okay, it's still 119. Yeah, no. Hell no.
Let me see if I can get it on here. If I can find. Yeah, see, it's not even on here on Tropical Tidbits.
This thing's been going that fast.
Oh, it just made a turn. It's moving northwest now.
So it's basically paralleling the coast now.
Yep. That the worst
Let me
worst
take a
part
closer look at this.
the worst part of this storm is on the eastern side because the storm's motion actually helps to accelerate the wind a little more on the southeastern side. So if the southeastern and the eastern eye walls, even the northeastern eye wall, move right over Acapulco, Mexico, there's going to be winds of at least wind gusts nearing 180 plus miles an hour. I think.
Gusts. Yeah.
Wind gusts.
No kidding.
180, 190 even. That's just total destruction.
Oh, there's really big gusts suddenly coming in on the webcam.
Send it to me.
Hey, send me
it to
the camera, please. Send me the camera.
Yeah, yeah, don't worry. We're sending it to you right now. My tropical team has been really active.
Oh, Justin G
which
just
one is
messaged
it,
me.
Ethan?
Hey, go to the one that's the first one I sent.
Okay, first one. Maybe we can get this on instant replay.
Oh my gosh. That is
All right. Yeah, it's the first webcam Yeah, I'm just sending you the link to it right now.
All these palms are going crazy, and the visibility is really
Actually, never mind. That's not it. That's not it. My apologies. That's not it. Give me 6 seconds. It's the first one you said, or is it the second one?
Oh my gosh, I gotta laugh at this. Oh my gosh, Justin. You're the star of the winner tonight. Look at this. Big model failure of all time is what Justin says here. I mean, look at all these models. Like, what the? None of them call this to become a Category 1 hurricane. Tell me now. That is a big model failure.
This is definitely something that is going to be examined. And to be honest, this is going to most likely be beneficial for the models in the long term, because now they still have a lot of work to do, and now a lot of these computer models are probably going to continue to fix what happened.
Ooh, more power flashes.
Okay.
Big
All right,
fat
David,
failure here. Oh my gosh. I mean, like,
more power flash, you said. Is this the one that has that's by the beach and everything, Ethan?
This is a different one that's at a higher point.
That's at a higher
Yeah,
point.
just go on the channel that it's linked to and
Just,
around them.
I need to see. I want the link to that.
Two of them have gone down already.
Is it Webcams de Mexico live?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I see it now. Yeah, I see it now. Is it the one that's by the beach in the palm trees and stuff? That's kind of roach. Yeah, I got it. I'm sending it. David, I'm sending you a webcam that you might want to take a look at.
Okay. Oh my gosh, these ads are freaking annoying.
Yeah. So, yeah, for those of you who are probably okay, for those of you who are a bit confused to what's going on, my tropical team and Ethan WX from Storms United is sending me stuff as stuff continues to go on. This is basically like if a tornado. Yeah, this is the webcam we were showing you. Yeah, already does not look great. The stats surge is going to pick up very fast.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, look at how close that is to the water is right now. Look how close that is.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Look at the visibility too. Oh wow, look at this huge wind gust. Look at that huge wind gust hitting those palm trees.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Yeah, I'm seeing that. These
God,
are likely hurricane force gusts right now. Yeah, the hotels on the beach, they are going to get hurt. They're going to get hit. They're going to get hammered.
I want to thank.
All right.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. I want to shout out this channel because I want to give special courteous to this webcams of the Mexico live. I want to thank you all for streaming this. I mean, we don't have live radar. We don't have recon out there. We have to use cameras and what there is on the beach to give us a glimpse of what and how strong this hurricane is.
Yeah. Okay. So, Elusive Sasquatch is asking, what are sustained wind speeds versus wind gust speeds? Sorry if you've said that.
Let me iterate on that, or do you want to iterate?
I'll take care of that.
Okay.
What sustained winds are just that. There are a wind speed that's sustained for for a longer period of time. For example, like a 1 minute sustained wind, that's the wind speed sustained over a 1 minute period of time. A gust is basically basically how much wind it is in a very short period of time, like a 10-second wind gust, for example. So those are definitely known to increase substantially compared to that.
Breaking news.
What's up?
Breaking news. Justin said wind gusts are nearing 200 miles an hour according to National Hurricane Center.
Holy cow.
Yes.
Okay, Justin. Oh my God. What are you talking about, Justin? Please elaborate further.
Footage starting to come out of Acapulco on Twitter now.
Oh, really?
It's looking bad already. Like easily hurricane force gusts.
Shit.
And EI was not there.
Yeah.
They're in it now, and it's going to go way worse.
Also, one quick side note here. If you guys hear Pat's Path silently cursing on the stream, it's because the data that we're getting is jaw-dropping. It's just jaw-dropping.
Okay, we got some stuff on Twitter coming up.
That's recent footage from a few minutes ago.
Yeah. All right, David, I'm going to send you this real quickly. You got everyone's sending me things all at once right now. So if I'm a bit flustered for the next couple of minutes.
See what our lightning strike count is. 125 lightning strikes in the last 10 minutes. That's going up. It's going up.
Okay, David, there's two things I need to do right now. First thing, David, I sent the Twitter video to you in the group chat. Second thing, one of my members of my tropical team sent me this, and he has requested that I read this out to you.
All right.
The city of 1 million, which is Acapulco, is surrounded by mountains, causing flash flooding and mudslide worry. Yeah, hold on a second. Ethan, hold on a second. I need to read this out. Flash flooding and mudslide worry. there is a bay next to it, meaning it could gather like a bowl and then flow completely into on the town for storm surge. Supercells are forming on the right, bringing the potential for tropical tornadoes due to SRH of 150 to 250 on its eastern side. The city of Acapulco, Mexico, is in the worst position of the whole hurricane. Yeah, I just read that.
I could see why Severe Weather Center is saying storm surge could exceed 20 feet. Probably even higher than that in isolated areas. Could exceed even 25 feet.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So this is quite the situation right now, and just yeah. Did you see that Twitter video I sent you, David?
No, not yet. I'll look at it in a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm tweeting
I would
something
strongly encourage you to take a look at it. It's literally footage from Acapulco.
Yes, a 95 knot
Yeah,
wind increase in 24 hours is ironic, to say the least. Oh my gosh, why is my caps lock on? Why is my caps lock on?
This is
absolutely ironic for this area of Mexico.
Not to interrupt or anything, but we did have a question here from, let me see, Vet Father. How many miles is this from land at this point?
I would say about
30.
About 28 miles now, 29. Which 29 miles could allow this storm to end. Whoa. Was that a lightning strike or was that a power flash?
That was a strike. That was a strike.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
This thing is literally a severe thunderstorm as a hurricane.
Or a EF4 tornado.
Yeah.
Okay, I just tweeted this out, you all. Please check it out on my Twitter page.
I'm checking it out right now, David.
And let me see what you had to send me. Did you mention me in it? I don't think you mentioned me in it at all. I don't see it on my Twitter.
I see.
Oh, wait.
I sent it to you on the group chat.
Oh, the group one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oops.
It's the... Yeah, it's the very last link.
Okay, let me... I like when it takes me to Firefox. Okay. Oh, gosh. Let's see this.
Yeah, we gotta show this to everybody. Those are the current conditions in Acapulco right now, for those of you who are just wondering. Those are likely hurricane force gusts. No one in this city had time to prepare.
Big wind gust.
No one in this city had time to prepare. David, if you could go ahead and get us back to the camera. There we go. This is insane.
Let me bring it back to the camera. Oh gosh, look at the visibility. It's dropping.
Oh yeah, that rain's starting to blow sideways as well. Man.
They are laughing and taking pictures. I noticed that, Robert.
If that's true, that is ridiculous because that they have no exactly that latest chat message. They probably have no idea how strong this hurricane is. Yeah, they have no idea. Like they've never encountered something like this.
Let me go to my live lightning detection line.
The eye is getting better every single second.
God,
yeah, sorry,
no.
I'm just talking to one of my tropical team members on Storms United. This brown ocean effect is also occurring with this due to the surge.
Oh my gosh, those lightning strikes.
What? Yeah, no kidding.
No, I mean, there have been, let me put on the counters. There have been wait, let me make sure I'm seeing this right.
Brown ocean effect for the next question. It's basically when the hurricane fuels off of storm surge in order to sustain itself. That's pretty much how that works. They didn't know, they had no preparation. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're well aware that they didn't even expect it to be a Cat 5 heading for them. So how could they have known this was going to happen?
Hey, there have been over 800 lightning strikes in the last 30 minutes on this.
Hey, David. Taniel told you to check. Could you check your DMs with Taniel? He sent you some stuff.
Yeah, hold on, Taniel.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, we're up to 130 lightning strikes in the last 10 minutes now. It's going up.
I'm thinking 175, maybe 180 is going to be the intensity. Anything stronger than that, I can't really make a conclusive statement for. Also that, yeah, just okay. Okay, Taniel's
I added him
in this group right now. That's fine. Hopefully he joins the stream because we need his expertise on this. Also, there's an ad playing, by the way.
Yep, I got it.
There we go.
Sorry about that.
You're good.
Hi, guys.
I'm actually weeping over this powerful storm. Yeah.
Dude, Taniel, this thing blew up, Taniel. This hurricane.
You know, it's funny because, I was looking at this storm, and I've been starting to see a lot more patterns in the East Pac recently with these storms magically blasting past their intensity points. Which is not too surprising with these temperatures and the good conditions. Like, I looked at the forecast, I said, I'm shocked that it's not forecast to become a major.
So you had an idea this could have happened. This may have happened.
It's always a possibility with the East Pac being this hot in temperatures and good conditions. But honestly, I trusted the forecast. But honestly, these things are so unpredictable now. It's happening everywhere in the world now that these storms are exploding.
Yep.
So there is one aspect of it. We've seen a lot of people wondering, how could this have happened? How could the models have failed to project this intensity like this? And one issue does seem to be, that they're not accurately representing the low-level temperatures, the really hot ocean temperatures, for example. They have not resolved those particularly well in some instances, and that can lead to discrepancies, kind of like what we're seeing now, except this is on a spectacular scale, like we have not seen in modern times.
Yeah.
Also, just
oh
my
ahead,
gosh,
David.
big power flash right there. Big power flash.
Yep.
Whoa.
It's honestly sometimes hard to tell if it's a lightning flash or a power flash with these.
True.
No kidding.
Especially when they're happening so frequent.
Yeah.
Both. At this point, it can be both, and we don't know. It could both happen simultaneously, which is a little frightening.
Water temperatures in this area are in the upper 80s, 88 degrees. 88 to
Hot.
90 degrees.
As I think some people have alluded to, piping hot compared to normal. People that are saying that this is Patricia, this is far from Patricia.
Patricia was much larger, wasn't it?
I forget. Well, it was definitely a lot stronger. But I don't know if it was around the same size. It might have been slightly bigger, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm chatting.
I forget the actual size.
Sorry, go ahead.
I forget the actual full size of Patricia, but I think it's similar to this in
Yeah.
size.
Okay, I'm talking to once again one of my tropical team members. I feel he's been talking to me. The models failed with the jet interaction because there's a jet that's north of this thing, which is really helping its outflow, and
Ah,
that's why that's why it's not. That's why this was completely quote unquote unexpected. So.
mm, well, that makes sense.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. I have to read this. I live 10 minutes from Costa Miguel, Alman in Acapulco, and the storm is raging so effing hard. I live in the hills, and it feels like the hill's going to collapse.
Oh gosh.
Um,
And you're higher up, so you're
Well, I
getting the
mean-
higher winds up there.
Yeah, Al Hitchhook. Where exactly are you in Acapulco? Like, what's your elevation like? Is it away from the surge? Is it like, are you by mountains, or like, what's your geographical situation?
Yeah. While we find that answer out, I do want to point out that as this thing's coming ashore, it does seem like this eye is kind of closing up a little bit. But it's not going to matter at this point because this storm could probably go right through an eye wall replacement cycle and still strengthen.
There's not enough time for an ERC.
no, and it wouldn't
not
Yeah,
matter.
really
it,
enough
all it would do is slightly cloud over the eye, which it looks like it's doing. But that's
Daniel,
barely
there's
even
not
that.
enough time for this. There's not enough time.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
it's
this would've-
not.
Taking a 24-hour process. It has 3 hours before landfall.
And the CDO's really
Uh,
smooth. And this
honestly, it actually will be sooner.
It's not going to strike
3
its overland.
hours.
It is not overland. Not
No,
yet.
still until the center is over, and even then, it still can gain a little bit until the full eye is over. But it's mainly when the center.
Okay,
is.
you're facing the main beach, so the wind is hitting really hard. I'm like 2 miles at a straight line. Like, are you 2 miles inland, or yeah? I'm just
Oh my
not
gosh,
100%
look
sure.
at those winds. Oh my goodness. Right through
Also,
those
look at the surge.
look at the between the two buildings right there. That wind is just screaming.
yeah.
So I need to look at what these the wind layer is, so I can get a perspective of what that is. Give me a sec. Wind fields. Here we go.
Yeah, it's the visibility. Ooh,
Roughly.
another lightning strike. A little bit of a glow there on the camera. You could see the rain too, Ethan. You could see it pouring. Look at it.
That is. We've seen a substantial increase in the rainfall rates and the approach of those convective elements with that lightning. That is really insane to see.
All right. Oh, here's a good one. Oh gosh, Justin, you are awesome. Boy, this guy, you guys, this Justin G is going to get an A+ tonight. He is going to get an A+ because just what he said. Let me read this to you. Nah, the eye isn't closing much. Keep in mind, the zenith angle of the meso floater is making the eye seem more clouded over than it is. Might close up a little here and there, but not a big deal. So that's what Justin G is saying. So, and it isn't going to be much of a big deal because this is 25 miles away from Acapulco. If it weakens,
Okay.
if it weakens, maybe minus
5
or 10 miles an hour won't make a difference because your hurricane force wind your hurricane wind gusts are going to be near 200 miles an hour.
Okay, Al. I see. Okay, Al. I see where you're. I see where the whole situation's at. Do you know how high up in elevation you are? Like, are you like?
Oh,
Yeah, I'd like to know. Okay, the stream's.
good night, camera. It was nice knowing
We'll
you.
have to give it a couple of seconds and see how it plays out.
Good night, camera.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Is
only
this-
takes one.
Yup, it's
Power
out.
hit.
Camera's out. Oh, nope. Is it back on? Is it back on? Did we get it back? I think we got it back. Nope, it
might
is out.
flicker.
Nope, it's out. It's out.
Oof.
Not too surprising for those power flashes we're seeing.
Yup, it's out because it always stops at the 2844. 232844 UTC.
Okay. All right. So for our viewer who is tuned in from Acapulco, this is for your if I were you, seek. I would find if I were you, I would find if in fact if anyone here is watching from Acapulco, my best advice for you right now is get into an interior room. Get into the most interior at the lowest level room at the lowest level you guys possibly can, because these winds are about to hit incredibly hard. Treat this like a tornado is going to hit, and
You know something
into-
I'm realizing?
get into your most interior room for all our viewers from Acapulco. I'm not kidding. This thing is coming very close. Hurricane force winds are about to come to Acapulco, and from there it's going to go downhill until the eye wall passes. So for those of you who are in Acapulco, seek shelter immediately. Seek shelter immediately. Get into the most interior room of the lowest floor you guys possibly can. I'm not sure if you guys have basements in there. Quite frankly, I'm not sure if that is ideal or not. But if you're in higher, like, what do you guys think? Would that be an ideal place to go if they're high enough above ground?
Yes. Yeah, probably, actually.
All right. If you're high, just don't take. Yeah, just I'm not exactly an expert on this, so quick disclaimer right there. But your most likely best bet is either the most interior room of your home or your basement if you are higher than 25 feet up above sea level. So for those of you who are tuning in from Acapulco, seek shelter immediately. And now I'll turn it back to David and Daniel so they can continue what's going on.
Yeah, I wanted to point out that now I'm really starting to see, and it's forecasted to kind of turn a little bit or wobble a little turn. The way that this thing is going so far, unless it wobbles back, it's gonna skim the whole coastline with its eye wall and not make landfall for a decent amount of time. More than more than the original forecasted time. 3 hours at this rate. If it keeps going at this rate, it's gonna be it might skim the whole coastline situation.
So right now the eye
It
wall.
would eventually would make landfall though.
So right now the eye, if it's gonna go towards Acapulco now, it's about 20 miles away.
It's slightly
That's not the center
turned.
of the eye, David. Do it from the center of the eye. That's when it makes landfall.
Technically, yeah. We're looking at about 23, 24 miles.
Yeah. We have 2.5 hours left to go.
By the way, this is Zoom Earth, is what I'm using to measure distance to impact.
Okay, that seemed like a little wobble, so it's not that severe. It's just okay.
That eye is cooling off a lot, though. I can see the last few frames starting to...
Yeah. But again, not gonna really matter.
No.
Honestly, this thing will probably just keep intensifying, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because it has all the warm water. It has all the warm water, so even if it
Yeah.
clouds over, it could pull Agoni kind of move that just rams through its intensity and sustains, or even gets stronger. Was it at 165 right now?
Yeah, 165.
Who knows? It could probably get worse.
Yeah. And I think that's going to be a temporary situation right there as well, to be honest with you guys, where this thing just, keeps the eye clears out again, because we've seen it all night, where it kind of fluctuates off and on the same multi-hour process as these hurricanes usually are. So, yeah.
Also, I want to put a little warning out. Let me go back to this. We got to really watch what comes after that on the GFS model. There's another system that wants to spin up pretty quickly. That could be another powerful system.
Yeah.
Do you
Dreadfully.
do you see that, Pat, on the GFS for the Eastern Pacific?
Wait, when?
This is in 90 hours. We could see another powerful hurricane.
right.
Yeah, I see it. Right now, I'm not paying attention to the GFS. I'm paying attention to this.
Oh, I know, but I'm just letting you know.
That's fine.
Also, GFS wants me to tear my brain cells apart and what's happening to Florida in the later weeks, which I 100% doubt.
Oh my gosh, the GFS is seriously death rich for my area. I hate the GFS. Oh.
GFS is...
It's always like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just take the GFS with a grain of salt, guys. We'll keep you updated on it, though.
Yeah,
me over
Leon.
here
Yeah,
looking
I
through
do.
each model.
You just, yep. You just alluded to with what I was saying. Yes, GFS has a category 2 in. What the heck is going on? Man, golly word, what is going on? Got high-speed
With
chase
what?
going out my window right now.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Yeah, cops are going like 100 miles an hour down my road.
How lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, I got some more Twitter footage for you guys.
You mean X?
Whatever.
I always
All right,
love to
David, I'm
annoy
sending
people.
you another tweet in the chat. Go ahead and pull. I would recommend you pull that up. It's more like ground conditions.
Okay, let me bring
This is from
this.
20 minutes ago.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you're gonna want to take a look at this.
Oh yeah, I am. Let me see. Oh gosh.
other-
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, go. Yeah. Do what you need to do.
Oh
Need to
jeez.
boot up Flight Sim.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that, folks. That's what's going on in Acapulco right now.
Also, first thing I should note is they should be way further away than, from that window.
Yeah, no kidding.
It only takes one piece of debris to cause the whole entire place to get gutted.
Yeah.
I forget what video, but I saw it like once, like old storm chase videos, and
Wow.
it just completely gutted the hotel lobby.
Wasn't it
after the
Odile?
wind.
Yeah, it was Hurricane
It was
Odile back in
from-
2014.
Yeah, it just completely gutted the whole hotel lobby.
Mass
Is there-
River said, how big is it? This is a pretty powerful hurricane. I mean, look at the CDO well
It's,
onshore.
Like size-wise, it's really small.
Yeah,
It's a small one, but small, powerful.
Yeah, but look at that CDO well onshore.
The problem with small ones, and we honestly, that's another thing. Anytime a small system forms in this optimal environment, that's always bad news. Usually.
I'm looking to see if we can find any more good live cams.
I think they're probably all dead.
They're not yet. They're just, a lot of them are having worse quality. Okay, this one's back online.
Which one is
I
it?
got
the
one for you guys. Hold on. I got a cam for you guys. All right, go ahead and show that, David. I got a cam. Oh, never mind. It just went off. It just went out
It's
for a second.
It's probably, where did it pause at? Does it have a 44 on it?
Yeah, never mind. That's the same stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
out.
down. Yeah, it will show what the last few frames were right before it cuts out.
Oh,
And it will
So
have like
every
the
cam
39.
that every cam besides I think one that is like horrible quality because it's getting grain. And like some that are not even close to what's happening as of current, or they're completely down because they're maintenance or something. What? Yeah, all of them are down. So we've lost. The only video that we can like get a picture of what's happening is the ones that go.
okay.
on
I got.
Okay, breaking news.
Okay, I got another cam. What's up, David?
Important news. Northwestern eye wall now approaching Acapulco based on lightning data.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
All right. Speaking of data, I got another cam for you.
Okay. Let's see.
It's operational as of right now.
As quote unquote right now.
Yeah.
Yup, it is. Okay, it is. I can confirm that.
All right, go ahead and show that.
Where is this at? Acapulco? Acapulco?
Yep, Acapulco.
No, this is in Puerto Vallarta.
Okay.
This is in Puerto Vallarta.
How far is that from Acapulco?
Pretty far. Because I've been to Puerto Vallarta when I went on a cruise. It is pretty far. It is not
Never
even
mind,
close.
then.
Even still, the waves are high. Okay. Time for me to, see how this thing looks in flight sim.
Oh, I'm telling you, it looks like, you know what, crap. Because flight simulators like that, I can promise you.
All right, I have a blurry cam. I'm not sure if we want to show that, but it's the best we could probably do.
Oh, by the way, Ethan, you there?
Yes.
There is a very strong southwesterly jet expected over your area on the second to last day of October with that trough moving in. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to point that out.
Oh yeah, thanks for letting me know about that. It's going to be a pretty strong system and bringing in a different air mass for sure.
Let's just say your temperature anomalies are going to be... You're going to have temperatures at night in the upper teens and low 20s.
Yeah, it's going to get pretty chilly.
Yep. This weather
I do want to
pattern.
say as well for the...
The
Oh, I'm
risk is
sorry.
pretty localized to Acapulco. This thing will be devastating, but will break up in the hills and mountains. The problem is, though, it's not that it's going to be localized. It's going to be localized in an area with well over 1 million people.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
1 million people, folks. About the size of San Jose in California.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to let you know this is about to make landfall really soon. I mean,
This isn't going to make landfall for the next couple of hours, David.
It seems to be slowing down.
Why is it?
Can't tell.
The viewing angle on this
it
is
feels
off.
slower. It honestly feels like it's slowing down. I don't know if I'm just going crazy from looking at satellite too hard.
All right.
Trying to see if... Looks like it's...
By the way, flight sim has improved a little bit.
Oh, I know. I've been playing it a lot.
No, I'm talking about the storm in Flight Sim.
Well,
Yeah,
but
1 million people. Yep. Yeah, 1 million people and no one could evacuate. That's because they didn't know this was coming. They had no idea this thing was exploding in intensity. They thought they were going to get
it's a little,
like maybe a tropical storm at most.
well, I think a weak hurricane at most.
Yeah, even still.
we're about to get the
And for
next update from the National Hurricane Center.
We got 15
for these
minutes.
people, that would be like,
Also, did want to say for the 400 something people watching right now, we do thank you for being on the stream here. It was very much unplanned, as you probably know, because this really intensified very quickly, became something that we needed to talk about here. David and Pat in particular, you've seen them talk about it a lot this evening. And we want to thank you for being here. We're appreciative that you're here gathering this information we're sharing. And we ask you please subscribe and share this video so that we can reach a broader audience and help to inform more people.
Yeah. I'm also putting my
I started.
Sorry. Okay. All right, I'll go ahead and start. I'm also putting my I'm also putting my channel in the chat for those of you who want to go sub. I've been helping out, we've been helping each other out for the last several months, so yeah, we'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to David Schlotthauer. He's the one who's hosting this. And also check out Pat's Path Predictor as well, just my channel. We also, as I also do uploads as well. But of course, we always want to thank David for hosting us on this evening, even though the circumstances aren't the best. And we'll turn it now to you, David.
Yes, I wanted to let you all know that we're up to 185 lightning strikes in the last 10 minutes. That number has really jumped. It has jumped. I mean, we were at 76 lightning strikes about 6 frames ago, and now we're up to 185 lightning strikes.
That's pretty incredible.
Holy hell.
Yeah,
I'm going to call it right now. This thing's going to be 175 or 180 at landfall. Even still, if it doesn't get to that intensity, it's still going to be awful.
Man, that is so close. This is going to pass just to the west of Acapulco, like 1 or 2 miles west of it. They're going to get the eye wall.
That'll make things even worse.
Oh,
to be honest.
Yeah. Boy, this is not good. This is not good.
Yeah,
we are about 12 minutes away from the 1 o'clock advisory. We're really close to the next
I'm
advisory.
shocked that my English has not been off this whole coverage so far.
By the way, the ADT has managed to intensify this to now 122, but the raw T numbers are at 7.2, which suggests that this is at about 150 knots.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So the next advisory is coming out at 2 a.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock Central. So we'll have to see how it plays out, if we'll see 165 or 175 or not. Yeah.
I think they will probably hold, knowing how they work.
I'm going to ask my tropical team to see what they think.
Well, and guys, I know I've kind of been quiet the entire time, but just to add, one of the things that we had talked about before starting the live stream tonight is the other storyline that came from this event, or what will be the storyline that comes from this event. And that is likely one of the biggest model failures that we've seen in quite a long time with this system. I mean, we weren't even talking, at least according to the halves, according to the HWARF, all those models that we rely on for tropical forecasting, they weren't even pushing for a major, let alone a hurricane, categorization. So, I mean, this event, guys, is really going to be something that I know for a fact is going to be researched in the field of meteorology for years to come.
Yeah, no
Absolutely.
kidding.
Yeah.
Worst failure I've seen in 24 hours or even 48 hours.
Looks like that cam just went offline.
No surprise.
Yeah.
Looks like the eye is trying to warm up a little bit more.
Yeah, it looks like that cloud cover is finally getting out of there. It's still going to cycle.
Yeah, I would want to really deeply research what went wrong in the models with Fancy at some point.
Also, I wanted to allude to this, by the way, the ship's model, which is on Otis, thinks that there's an 86% chance that winds could increase an additional 20 knots up until landfall.
I mean,
Wait, what?
On the ship's model, let me send you this in the chat.
I don't think that high, but
Right there.
it could increase
Let me
maybe
see this.
5.
What's the max potential we're looking at with this?
Well, yeah, it's right
another
there.
20 knots in 12 hours. This, keep in mind though, this was
zero
initialized
G.
at 7 o'clock.
Oh, yeah,
This was initialized at 7 o'clock.
I did not see that. Either way, probably an additional 5 knots or so, I think this could pull.
Yeah.
Look at these clouds. Look at how symmetrical this looks, though, Ethan and everyone. I mean, wow.
This is a classic right here. This is a classic.
Oh, absolutely. That structure there,
Buzz.
that is what we look at when we see an organized tropical cyclone.
Buzzsaw.
Yep.
Also, I just want to kind of switch our attention really quick. We also have Tammy out there, yeah. That is also trying to get its act together. She's not going to be bothering anybody, but she is going to try to make a run.
Maybe
first.
Bermuda a little bit.
Eventually,
Yeah,
Bermuda.
we'll have to see how it plays out, but for the time being,
It's supposed to get maybe Cat 2 at max. It's trying to make a push for it, but I think it will hold out to be a high one.
Belly, this is very close of landfall. Within like 15 miles.
hold on, let me.
It's kissing the coastline pretty much right now.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just now starting to bring the strongest winds to Acapulco.
Let me see what my app shows in that area. I have an app for how strong the winds are.
Big problem is if it keeps going on at this point, they won't really get the eye, which makes it even worse.
So on Acapulco right now, winds are out of the northeast. Winds are out of the northeast at about 48 miles an hour, but just to the south, or the max winds within this are, let's see here, are about 170 miles an hour. Just to the south of that area. So winds are about to skyrocket very soon, or are doing so right now.
Yeah, that seems likely.
So, I wanted to just kind of take a pause here for a second. So, how's everybody's day going? How's everybody enjoying the stream?
Really?
Okay. Okay.
That was a little unexpected.
Well,
Yeah,
I just want to greet people. I wanted to greet
That's
people.
fair.
Oh, you what?
That's fair.
I don't want to ignore people. Like,
Fair.
I know, but when
expect
it
it.
comes to a serious situation
I
like
know it's a serious situation, but I always like to stop and say hi to people.
this, that's fair.
So if you're in Acapulco right now, about
Okay,
to get
this
the
is-
eye wall right now. Probably right over.
Okay, this is interesting. Apparently, yeah, there's a supercell near Veracruz, Mexico, in association with Otis right now.
Veracruz.
That's how expansive this is. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Wait, where?
David, are you sure your
Veracruz is
satellite
Veracruz
is
is on the other side of Mexico.
My satellite is up to date. This is 1 minute imagery. It's mesoscale. Yeah, this is the latest.
Yeah, this thing. Mine seems a lot closer to land than yours.
Maybe the satellite viewing angles are off. What's up, Sarah B? How are you? Oh, Sarah EB. Yep, Sarah, this is a very unexpected stream. You probably got woken up by my notification alert. What's up, Chris Ross? So if you're in Acapulco, some of these cities, of course, are in Spanish. So if you're on the 9 to 5 corridor, if you're on 200, yep. Get out. Get out of harm's way.
Okay. I found a meteorology student Twitter that's there on vacation. Her power's out already. That's in Acapulco.
Okay.
Okay, it's a bit of an unnerving quiet right now with the next advisory.
We're hanging steady with lightning strikes, about 176 within the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of lightning on that western eye wall. A lot of lightning.
Yes,
Ethan,
there is, and that's a really interesting.
yeah, explain
Sorry.
to us why are we seeing lightning around the eye, and why does this matter a lot?
Yeah, lightning, which we see a lot in severe thunderstorms that you get in the central U.S., Florida, tropical thunderstorms like that. It's a common thing, but it's not as common in hurricanes. In fact, it's pretty rare when you're talking about hurricanes. Typically, these form in an environment that are deeply tropical in nature. You've got very warm, moist layers of the atmosphere, but not a lot of charge separation developing within these storms. That is until we get these really big and powerful thunderstorms, especially near the eye walls of these major hurricanes like this. Category 4, 5 hurricanes especially. We have seen that. We saw that with Idalia earlier this year. We saw it with Hurricane Harvey a few years ago. Lightning does become more common when you get these really deep, extremely intense thunderstorms around major hurricanes like this. Because at that point, you do actually end up with some charge separation. Up at the very top, you do end up with some different kinds of precipitation, even though obviously none of that makes it to the ground. This is all rain. But it's only in those very uncommon environments for tropical storms, hurricanes, I should say, that you tend to get that lightning happen.
And that's what we're seeing right now. This is kind of on.
Okay, the latest advisory just came out.
Let me see.
They're holding at the intensity.
They're holding it?
Yep, they're holding it at 165.
They're probably not going to go any stronger.
We are 15. Okay, we are 15 miles south-southeast of Acapulco.
15
and now
miles?
we're moving at 10 miles per hour. Yep, 15 miles. We're moving at 10 now. So, hour and a half. Hour and a half.
Okay, I'm waiting for the new advisory to be released.
That's update. Go to public advisor. Okay, go back. There you go. And then go to click public advisory.
There we go. Yup. So it's at 165 miles an hour. Wow. Eye of Category 5 Hurricane Otis about to make landfall near Acapulco, Mexico. Catastrophic damage likely where the core moves on shore. So right now...
Okay.
Oh.
Right, good.
So now...
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Just
You're
go
good?
ahead.
All right, I'll go ahead. So someone in chat just put out, this isn't too accurate, but just looking from the Washington Post saying Otis gained 90 miles per hour in 12 hours. Sir, that is very accurate right there of what just happened. And this is quite an unfortunate situation that's going on. But yeah, David, please continue.
So I wanted to read the public advisory. At 1 a.m., the center of Hurricane Otis was located near latitude 16.7 north, longitude 99.8 west. Otis is moving toward the north-northwest at 10 miles an hour, and this general motion is expected during the next day or so. On the forecast track, Otis will make landfall near Acapulco, Mexico within the next hour. Otis is then forecast to move inland over southern Mexico during the next day or so. Maximum sustained winds are near 165 miles an hour with higher gusts. Otis is a Category 5 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale. Otis is expected to remain a Category 5 hurricane through landfall. Rapid weakening is then expected once Otis moves inland over the higher terrain of Mexico. Otis will likely dissipate over southern Mexico on Wednesday night. Hurricane force winds extend outward to 30 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 70 miles out. The estimated central pressure is 923 millibars. So again, this is telling us, showing us where the key what the storm surge is going to be like, and we're looking at catastrophic storm surge that is expected to produce life-threatening coastal flooding near and to the east of where the center makes landfall near the coast. Storm surge will be accompanied by large and destructive waves, and we could see some wave breakers over 35 to 50 feet. Otis is expected to produce rainfall totals up to 16 inches with maximum amounts up to maybe a couple of feet through Thursday across Guerrero and the western coastal sections of Oaxaca. The rainfall will produce flash and urban flooding along with mudslides in areas of higher terrain. Surf swells generated by Otis will affect portions of the southern coast of Mexico during the next day or so. These swells are likely to cause life-threatening surf and rip currents conditions. Please consult products from your local weather office for the information. And again, we'll probably get further updates until we get our complete advisory, which will be out here in about 3 hours. So as we do take a look, definitely the center is beginning to fill in a little bit. The eye is a lot cooler than it was just like an hour ago. We're at negative 50 now, the coldest temperature or the warmest we could find. So the eye is not as defined as it was, but it's still there on the infrared satellite imagery, surrounded by cold cloud tops of at least negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty cold, more than cold enough to sustain a Category 5 hurricane. Even so, the cloud tops in the middle have actually gotten cooler, which is a sign that the eye is beginning to fill in.
Okay. Well, you're okay. Thank you, David. Sorry to cut you off if I did, but here's a quick question we have from Alvaro Baranacha. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right or not, but I am from Mexico City and vacation a lot in Acapulco. Is there a comparable hurricane from which the possible damage that will be caused? No. Nothing of this magnitude has ever happened in that area.
Never.
So the answer is no. Yeah. And with that question being answered, though, I have the unfortunate news to break that I need to get going because it's 1:00 in the morning my time. I need to get some sleep. I have a big day tomorrow, but I do appreciate being on here and covering this extensively. Yes, this is me, JJ. Yeah, I do appreciate coming on and extensively covering this for the last hour and change. David, Ethan, and the rest of the gang will continue to take over. But in the meantime, my channel's in the chat once again. If you guys want to check me out, Pat's Path Predictor. I'll keep you updated on all the weather that's going on. David. In the meantime, David, Ethan, and the rest of the gang will be covering for how long they're going to do it. So, with that being said, I'm probably going to be. I'm getting off right about now. Having me on, I really appreciate this opportunity. Want to cover a rather extreme event, which under better circumstances would have been a lot better. But nevertheless, I'm really glad I got to cover it and give my 2 cents. Thank you guys for having me on, and have a wonderful night, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe.
It's your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Yep.
Absolutely. Thank you, Pat.
Yeah, I appreciate that. All right, folks, I'm heading off for the night. I gotta get some sleep.
Yep.
Have a nice night.
Okay.
Good night, Pat.
Good
You
night.
too.
Good night.
We are going to be live on this until landfall in Acapulco. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome. Please consider subscribing if you're new, hitting the like button, and sharing this live stream with your family and friends on social media. Because again, we are live on this right now.
Yeah, the goal is to get it out to as many people as possible. What we're looking at tonight, right now, is a pretty historic event regarding a massive hurricane, Category 5 intensity, moving into a major population area in southern Mexico that has intensified at such a rate that no one was expecting at all.
Yeah, and that's why we're live on this. So it is still expected to make its way over Acapulco here within the next, measure our distance, probably within the next hour or so before landfall. We'll get a new update from the National Hurricane Center if we do end up getting that in. They think this made landfall. We will bring that to you live. So we do have, of course, hurricane warnings out. Wow, that's quite the extension there with the hurricane warnings in red. Even outside of the tropical storm force winds, there is that. And boy, Ethan, I'm telling you right now, that's a bit of a small cone, a small track. This is really going to get destroyed once this moves on shore.
Yes, absolutely. It's close enough to the shore right now that the cone is very narrow, and once it does move inland, thankfully, it is going to get torn up pretty quickly by the heavily mountainous areas in that region. The thing we're concerned about is what happens immediately along the shoreline.
Oh, yeah. And that's the red area that you see on your screen is where we have the hurricane force winds. Wish I could zoom in on this a little bit, but you can see the red area. Hurricane force winds are just off the coast or now just approaching the coast of Acapulco in Mexico. And there it is. Otis, the elevator. Yes. If you guys have ever watched Doocy, I think it's Doocy or something with Doocy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The guy that
Really,
does...
David?
Well, Diesel Doocy. That's what
really?
it's called. No, I mean, he has an elevator channel and he does.
My God. I can't believe we're having this conversation right now.
I did want to address a question here in the chat asking how much rainfall is expected. Per the National Hurricane Center, the rainfall is expected to be 8 to 16 inches with maximum amounts of 20 inches through Thursday across Guerrero and the western coastal sections of Oaxaca. So, rainfall producing flash flooding, urban flooding, and mudslides very likely in that area.
Yeah, Otis is an elevator company, but I mean, it does kind of pertain with what we're looking at here. I mean, come on, Daniel. It's...
Oh.
What was it?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, because you said "wah."
I said, "Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh." He's
Okay.
going, "Oh." Also, if you look on Discord, I'm staring right into the heart of the storm in Flight Sim.
What does it look like?
An eye.
Oh, there's an eye actually. Wow, the game actually managed to update that. What's the air pressure are you getting?
Honestly, I never look at that, and I don't know how to stat if I'm being totally honest. I don't think my plane is the correct one for that right now.
Probably the reason why. You there would be a little altimeter setting on the panel in the game, and that's where you can find it. Should read something like 27 or 28, or 27 or 28 inches in mercury, which is the unit of measurement. But yeah,
Overall, it looks pretty good. Of course, one side's a little wonky, but overall, pretty good.
okay.
Well, the side that's wonky that we're currently in, so don't mind that. Technically, this is the side of the eye wall, so.
And we're gonna keep an eye on this for a little while longer till this makes landfall. It's about to do so really soon. But a lot of lightning on that western side, Ethan, even on the northern side.
Absolutely. And again, as we had talked about before, that is an unusual characteristic of these kinds of systems. You don't normally see a whole lot of lightning with hurricanes unless they are extremely powerful, which makes sense because that's what we're seeing here. Also, for the question how this compares to Hurricane Willa of 2018, this is stronger than Willa based on what I'm finding. I was 162. This is 165 sustained at this point as of the latest update. And also hitting a different portion, a different region of Mexico, I should say.
Yeah, we're really, really watching this right now. This is breaking live right now. Breaking news. As we are tracking this, as it inches closer to Acapulco, Mexico. You can see there it is. I wish we had Doppler radar. I mean, it would be nice if we had a tail Doppler radar mission in there to give us a better.
Honestly, right now, I think the radar site, if it was nearby, would have been completely destroyed by this point.
Oh yeah, sure. It'd been really
Maria
destroyed.
moment.
Those happened before with Hurricane Maria.
Yeah.
Impacting Puerto Rico. Their radar site was destroyed for quite a while.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Puerto Rico has not really fully recovered. Their power grid, especially. So it takes one tropical storm to go through Puerto Rico, and their whole power grid's offline again. Yep.
How does this compare to Hurricane Iniki? This is also stronger than Iniki. Iniki was a Category 4 at landfall, I believe, in Hawaii. But keep in mind, too, the geographical area that we're talking about here. Because, again, whether it's Willa or Iniki, those were different regions of the world. I mean, you had northern Mexico, I believe, with Willa. You had Hawaii with Iniki. This is directly hitting the city of Acapulco. And to my knowledge, this is the strongest one that's ever hit this area. If it goes as we're seeing right now. And it's stronger than either of those previously mentioned hurricanes. Again, currently 165 miles per hour sustained winds. Minimum central pressure is, I believe, 923 millibars.
Yeah.
Bet father said it's about 5 miles away. And we can follow the storm,
It is
actually.
getting close.
Yeah, really close.
Also, like, yes, the mention that we got here about just as worried about mudslides given the topography. Yes, absolutely. That is a big concern that we have with this hitting this varying terrain, the mountainous areas. With all the heavy rain, again, some places could be seeing double-digit rain totals, 10, 16, 20 inches perhaps. That's going to lead to a very elevated mudslide risk, especially in susceptible areas.
This. I don't like using the words unsurvivable, but I think that's what we might be seeing in some isolated locations. Because you got the orographic effects, by the way, Ethan and Daniel, on top of wind gusts that could reach 200 miles an hour. And orographic with the strong winds really squeeze out the precipitation. I would not be surprised if isolated areas get like 25 inches of rainfall with this. Does not surprise me.
That's absolutely right. When you get that kind of topography, it can really enhance that precipitation and lead to these more complex impacts than what we would see with, a flat terrain like in the plains. A question about, please explain millibars. So for anyone here who might be interested in that, millibars referring to a unit of pressure, and as we know, the lower the pressure in the hurricane, the stronger it is. That's creating a tighter pressure gradient, which accelerates winds into the storm and around it. So, again, the lower the pressure, and 923 is very, very low. The lower the pressure, the stronger the storm. And it is expected to be disrupted when it does hit in the mountainous areas. I'd say that we're disrupting the pressure gradient overall, not necessarily just the centrifugal force, but the pressure gradient as a whole is going to be disrupted by that, in addition to the convective stability of the eye itself.
And explain to them. Maybe you just kind of answered this. Why do hurricanes weaken rapidly over mountainous terrain? I already know the answer to this, but explain. I want viewers to learn this. Why do hurricanes weaken rapidly over mountainous terrain?
Yeah, and I'm not an expert on hurricanes or anything. I'm not trying to claim to be that or anything, but hurricanes thrive on a flat, moist, warm environment. That's why we see them intensify so quickly over the open waters like this. But once they start to impact land, then we start having problems. We start getting friction impacts. That creates destructive wind shear in the low levels on the storm. You get dry air entrained into the system. And these effects are enhanced as you head into really mountainous areas. That really disrupts the flow, really creates a lot of friction and shearing problems, really disrupts the stable structure of the storm. You could think of it like a supercell thunderstorm running into a cold blob of air that goes all the way through the troposphere. At that point, it's going to hit that and it's going to, weaken very quickly once that rotation dies down. And that's what we're seeing here. So thankfully, limiting the impacts as it heads further inland.
But there's going to be a lot of moisture being wrunged out in these mountainous areas. I could see 2 feet of rainfall. 2 feet is a possibility. So we're down to 104 lightning strikes still, Ethan. We're still in the triple digits. The lightning activity is slowly dwindling, but still in the triple digits, which is still significant. But looks like some of the lightning is trying to wrap a little more away around the center, especially on the southern side. We're seeing more lightning strikes there.
Also, David,
Yeah.
in the flight sim, you really can see the movement of this thing.
Seriously. Wow. PD was asking you, Ethan, what is your specialty?
In my experience, in my studies, and with David here, I specialize mainly in severe thunderstorm mesoscale meteorology. Um, so that's why I've been a big part of tracking derecho events, severe supercells, tornadoes, those kinds of things. That's kind of where my specialty lies, if you want to call it that.
So Otis is about to make landfall really soon here. We're waiting for more updates.
It really is scraping the whole entire coastline type of move here.
Yeah, that's what it looks like it's doing right now.
I mean, you can see it on Flight Sim. The people that are watching really can't see it. I don't think you have that pulled up. But I mean, the movement's there, and this is drastically moving. Northwest at this point.
So here's another question. How does the first part of the storm compare to the storm after the eye? So the front side of the storm is always going to be the worst because that's most of the storm or most of the eye wall is intact with the water that is really warm. And so when you get the back side of the storm, well, most of the eye or the center is over land and it's ingesting mostly drier air. Drier, it's still relatively moist, but drier than the surrounding or than other parts of the storm. And so that's going to allow the southern eye to eventually collapse. So you're left with actually a northern eye wall or even a western eye wall as the system is moving onshore. Okay, PD was asking you, Daniel, when you say we can watch it on Flight Sim, what do you mean?
David, I think the best way for me to describe that is if you
Okay, let me fly
transition over
this.
to my live.
Yep, we're watching your live footage. Okay, fly.
This is I'm in camera mode here,
Whoa!
folks, and
how are you in camera mode? How do you do that?
It's simple. You go up here and you go to the camera, you go to showcase, you go to free cam. Bam.
I did not know that. Whoa.
I've used it for a lot of things. But it's helpful. I usually do it for air show stuff in Flight Sim. Anyway, the fact is, if you watch this, you can already see it moving.
Yeah, you can. You can see it moving. That's pretty cool.
This is tracking, for people that don't know, this is tracking the real-time satellite. Roughly. Flight Sim can be a little off, but this is relatively accurate to real-time. It might be like a minute off, give or take, but for a game, this is very good.
And show them
amazing.
that like the houses really quick. Like where is the center over? You can see. Look at all those houses right there.
This is the main heart of where we're mainly concerned.
Boy, look at that rain coming down. Wow.
Yeah, it's a little finicky in some places, but it gives you a reasonable, I guess, expectation of what it could look like on the ground in some ways. Obviously, on this edge, it would be fully rain and winds Unfortunately, in Flight Sim, like the winds, you don't really see it that well represented, but it would be a lot to put in the game to make winds fully flat, look good.
By the way, if you guys
Not
are
really necessary.
By the way, if you guys want to get Flight Simulator, go to flightsimulator.com where you can purchase it on Steam, or go to flightsimulator.com or go to Microsoft where you can purchase it there. It's a lot of fun. I'm telling you.
It's fun, but make sure you can afford it, because it is a pricey game, but worth the money.
Oh yeah. And that's a nice looking eye too.
I mean, I think it's slightly oversized in some parts. Well, actually, it's elongated on satellite, so it's going. But I'm just kind of circling around this, and actually over that direction, you saw a flash of lightning. This is showing flashes from time to time.
Man, this is so cool. That's actually really cool.
I think this is the most that we could actually rely on in comparison, since all cams are pretty much down.
True. This is your camera, folks. I don't like how it's simulating the waves though. I mean, those are not really big.
No, they're the default waves, but realistically, it would be a lot higher and a lot more dramatic. Like, I mean, once you go into the eye here, it
ooh, another lightning strike. Oh gosh.
Unfortunately, the
another one
with the lightning strike, with Flight Sim's lightning strike system. If there's a lot of convection on satellite in real life, it just kind of flashes in that area. So it's not necessarily the most accurate, but does show you how powerful these things can be. Also, the camera kind of went on a weird angle, but whatever. I'm gonna quickly reset this back just a little bit. Reset position. It's gonna drag me all the way back. Plane. Good. Behave. In comparison, this is what the area looks like around my plane.
That's pretty inclement.
I mean, it's a little dead. Not actually how it looks like. It would be rain everywhere. But
see, that's why I have second guesses on the actual like the weather system in. Ooh, that was close. In Flight Simulator, I mean, it doesn't render like the precipitation very well.
Listen, 2024, we'll see what that one has in store.
Dang, there's a lot of rain coming down there.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The Flight Sim 2024 has shown signs for tornadoes.
Oh gosh. Oh my, I'm excited for that. Aren't you, Ethan? Tornadoes.
However, we're still skeptical.
Yeah.
We're still skeptical realistically, because we think it's mission based. But I hope that they actually somewhat spawn when there's an actual tornado warning in real life, instead of it just being a pathetic thunderstorm.
That is actually
I do.
really cool.
I do look forward to seeing how that turns out, though.
I actually did not know I can make the camera move like this. I was trying to figure out, how am I able to do this? Funny enough.
Also, to put in perspective, I'm running a nice 24 FPS. in-game FPS. I have motion blur, so it feels a lot more smooth.
Someone said in the chat, is that a Spagine? Said, is that a tornado? In the game, there's like a tornado or something.
I mean, the clouds kind of look like little tornadoes, especially up there a little bit, but No. I wouldn't be surprised in real life if there is some little spin-ups inside these little bands.
Oh, I cannot wait for Flight Sim 2024. I wonder when in 2024
Oh,
it will actually come
hey.
out.
Hey, we got a big update here.
Oh,
Go ahead.
NHC Category 5 Hurricane Otis makes landfall near Acapulco, Mexico.
Yep.
it just made
I was about to
landfall.
say it looks like it made landfall.
All right, so Category 5 Otis makes landfall near Acapulco, Mexico. Satellite imagery indicates that Otis has made landfall. Let me actually... there we go, because there's some
Yeah,
background
that
noise.
lines up.
So, the maximum sustained winds are estimated to be 165, and the maximum minimum central pressure is about 923 millibars. Otis is a Category 5 hurricane on the Sanford-Simpson scale, hurricane wind scale, and it is moving at 10 miles an hour. So, this has made landfall, and it is bringing life-threatening to potentially unsurvivable impacts. Okay, I want to make that clear with you all that please, for the love of the Lord, please get out of harm's way if you haven't already. If you're still some distance away, please take precautions. We do not need any more deaths because of a Cat 5 hurricane. Because this is a monster, isn't it, Ethan?
This absolutely
Maybe.
is. 165 miles an hour, you are dealing with sustained winds that you find in really strong tornadoes, for example. And we're talking on a larger scale. So we have seen that landfall officially take place, and we're really not looking forward to seeing what kind of damage happens in Acapulco.
Exactly. By the way, we're up to 210 lightning strikes in the last 10 minutes.
Wow. So that's still intense convection.
Oh, gosh, yes. Big time.
However, seems to be well, actually not. It's rapidly looks like the convection is decreasing. So, that's good.
Well, there's a lot of lightning still, so that is still a very intense eye wall. That's a really intense eye wall.
Still intent. Yes.
As Justin G said in the chat a little bit ago, would not be surprised to see that eye get a little clouded over as it does approach land. You are going to start to feel the impacts of the mountains, or the hurricane's going to. So thankfully, once it gets further inland, it's going to weaken. But as David said, still a very strong hurricane we're dealing with here. 923 millibar central pressure and winds of 165 miles per hour sustained. That's really devastating.
And also, another thing to say is it's still riding the coastline.
Well, it made
Even though
landfall.
it made landfall, but still going on the coast all the way down.
Yeah.
Which is, not fun.
Wow, that bay is really...
That means... Wait, I just realized since it's doing this, that means the bay is going to fill up with a big-time surge.
Oh, yes.
It's pretty much a funnel.
Yeah, it is. It's like a bowl. It's going to collect a lot of that storm surge. And this is...
Why does it look like why does the water in that bay look like broccoli?
It does look like broccoli. Or looks like a mushroom.
Or mushroom, yeah. It's a perfect design for disaster.
Oh, yeah. See this, Ethan?
What's the storm surge supposed to be like?
Yes, I do see that.
Apparently, from earlier, from Severe Weather Center said like 20 to 30 feet of storm surge.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Wow, that's...
Unfortunately.
Also wanted to I wanted to briefly address some questions that was seen here in the chat here about the pressure difference between Hurricane Wilma and this hurricane, and again the wind speeds there, association with that pressure. Uh, Generally speaking, you do get stronger winds with that minimum central pressure falling, so lower pressure, stronger winds. But there are other factors coming into play, including land
Yes.
interaction, um, and the pressure gradient as a whole, because that low pressure doesn't really mean anything unless there's a higher pressure area around it to create that pressure gradient force. So really, uh, it's not solely the minimum central pressure that is dictating how strong the wind gets. There are other factors that do play into that.
And also another thing to point out, we really shouldn't compare these two different storms because they're in completely two different environments. I said different twice. Getting tired. But they're not even close. Any other storm, you can't compare to this. Each storm is
Yeah.
different in their own ways.
That's absolutely true.
Because the thing with comparison, it's only so much you can do, and then it kind of leads down to a rabbit hole of sometimes misinformation.
You got
Let's
that
be fair.
right. All you need to know,
I've seen it firsthand.
all you need to know is that this is a Cat 5 hurricane. It has 165-mile-an-hour winds. It is producing devastating to unsurvivable storm surge and flooding. Okay? And you need to get out of harm's way. Let's not compare this to any other hurricane, okay? Because you already know that this one is a monster.
Also, David Quinn, so a smaller storm radially can create the gradient with less low central pressure. That can be, you can get, we see this in tornadoes sometimes too. A narrow tornado vortex has incredibly violent winds, whereas a larger vortex has relatively weaker winds. So you can look at it through the perspective of conserving angular momentum. But the key of it is, and so that does mean you can get really strong winds with a smaller eye or a smaller storm than what you'd see otherwise. But the key of it is that there are multiple factors kind of playing into this.
Exactly.
I always say small tornadoes, I find them even more dangerous than the big ones. I mean, the big ones are dangerous, but the small ones are very unexpected.
That's true, and larger tornadoes, more often than not, internally are comprised of multiple vortices, and those vortices can be stronger than, what the whole tornado would be if it were a single vortex. Anyway.
And the multi vortices in there could eventually lead to a multi-vortex tornado, which
Yeah,
is
I know this is really kind of off topic for the hurricane that we're tracking here, but I did want to mention a very interesting paper presented by Josh Warman, noted severe weather researcher several years ago, um, regarding the multiple vortices in tornadoes. They measured one with mobile Doppler radar near an F4 tornado with multiple vortices in Oklahoma back in 1999. And at one point, they estimated that when some of these subvortices passed over a particular location, an observer in that location would have experienced, within the span of 1 second, 5 times the acceleration due to gravity. In 1 second.
fascinating.
Jeez.
That's how powerful these vortices can be. That kind of goes into the idea that you can have a more intense storm with a smaller eye, just as a concept.
Yeah, smaller the eye, usually more powerful, but it can also, the bigger the eye, it can be pretty powerful, but the bigger the eye, I usually find it's usually weakening.
Mhm.
Especially if it gets very large. It's a rare circumstance that this thing is rapidly strengthening and has a massive eye.
Because if this had
Usually a
if this
teeny tiny little eye.
if this had a much bigger eye, then this would spin down a little bit slow. It'd take a little bit longer to spin down versus a smaller storm.
Also, David, I'm currently in the camera. I'm currently staring down at the eye, all the way in space.
Let's see. Oh wow.
So the eye is like right in the center of my screen. So it's there. It's not this whole thing. It's like right in the dead center is the main eye. This is like the theoretical outer eye wall, but it's kind of
it's just the modeling. The modeling of the just doesn't seem very.
Hello, son. Hello, son.
Hello, son. Oh boy.
I have the bloom turned off. So this is kind of what the International Space Station looks like when they fly over. Actually, speaking of that, I should see if they later will fly over this or if they have in the past. Oh no, though. The thing with the ISS, it's only like certain locations get it at the correct times.
And the International Space Station orbits the Earth, and it takes like an hour, right?
90 minutes.
Dang.
So an hour and a half, yes.
Okay.
It's going like Mach 17 or something stupid like that.
Geez, that's fast.
Crazy. No, Mach 27, I think. Or in the 20s, I know. It's fast.
I wonder.
Unfortunately, the ISS will retire very soon. Actually, it's becoming very close to that time. Yeah, the International Space Station will retire in 2031, which seems far away, but realistically, it's not that far.
In like 8 years.
And for a floating laboratory in the middle of space, that's compared to the whole life cycle, it's not too much longer that we'll have the ability to look down at our planet.
So what are they gonna do when it retires? Are they gonna let it go back to? Are they gonna orbit it to slow it down to where it?
They're gonna slowly lower the orbit and have it burn up in the atmosphere over the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, okay.
In the graveyard area of the Pacific, which is like the southern Pacific. It's a designated spot. So if you went diving down there with a sub, my God, you probably would find a lot of Saturn V pieces and stuff.
Dang.
I mean, it's kind of sad if you think about it that those things are down there. Lost pieces, but it's also in the Atlantic. There's parts out there.
I want to show you something extremely cool after this, though, Daniel. After I'm done live streaming, Ethan, it won't be much longer. I'll be here for another 5 or 10 minutes. I think I got a lot of information out to a lot of people about this. That this is a Category 5 hurricane. It has made landfall over Acapulco, Mexico. And this is bringing a lot of problems. We're talking a lot about...
We'll have to keep tracking that.
Oh, we'll keep an eye on it for a little while longer here.
It is bringing a lot of dangerous impacts. And the problem here, reached at this point, those watching, is that it's kind of hard to get information in at this particular moment because we don't have close-range radar like we do in the U.S. We don't have live camera views because they've gone down as far as I'm aware. So we're getting in the information that we can, but at this point it's a little bit limited.
Yeah, also especially since pretty much probably the whole power grid down there is being knocked offline. That also means all the internet is being knocked off, unless someone has Starlink down there.
Oh yeah, if
and a
you
generator.
if you have a generator and Starlink, you could theoretically get internet, huh?
Yeah. It might be a little crappy in the middle of a hurricane. Not nearly as good, but it would work. To be fair, it would give you something. It would not be the best and most stable because it's midst of a lot of cloud cover and a lot of stuff. But I think it could work. But the big fear with that is I would not use a Starlink dish out in the middle of a hurricane.
Oh no.
Because one strong gust and goodbye. You would have to have that severely mounted on your roof with that, and even then, just one piece of debris hits the dish, and goodbye to the dish. Dish is very fragile.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's solid, but when something gets hit, it's, you know.
Do you guys have any questions at all? Any questions in that you want to ask me or Ethan or Daniel before I head off?
Can I have mod?
Can you have mod?
Yes.
Type something in the chat and you will see.
No. Space cows. If you can't tell, it's very early in the morning. I'm slowly losing my existence.
There, you
Because of
got
the time.
your
It's
reward.
currently almost. It's almost. It's almost 3 in the morning here.
Oh my gosh.
Eastern Daylight.
It's like, so you're in Central Time, right foreign? Okay.
No. Me, I'm Eastern.
No, RI foreign says it's a quarter there. Move. Oh my gosh.
Or is that?
We love you guys.
I'm
Thank
going-
you. You're very welcome, Galactic Guardians. Do appreciate that. I am so glad I'm not joking, you all. I got on my computer this evening at like 9 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm going to see what is going on with the weather. You know, I always do that. When I first get onto the computer, I always like, let's see what is going on in the weather. You know, I do all of this. I just do a lot of searching around. Then I go, I wonder how Tammy is doing in the Atlantic. And then I always check the Eastern Pacific, right? So I check Tammy. I'm like, oh, it's 85 miles an hour. Not very strong. And then I come to Otis and I'm like, whoa, we got a hurricane? Whoa, it's 104. It was 130, or no, wait, 150 when I checked. And then it went up to 160 miles an hour. I'm like, okay, now I'm going live. I got to go live on this. Then we might.
Yeah, I didn't have time to get all prepared. And plus,
no one did.
I don't have viewership anymore.
No one really got prepared
No.
for. No one was prepared for this, including myself. So
Everybody, if you go subscribe to my channel, you get a digital cookie.
he's the space expert. I've got to
What?
say, Daniel's the space expert.
My channel is literally dead as a rock. I mean, a rock doesn't. It's not
I'm here.
alive. So, yeah. Well, You don't post nearly as much as I do.
That is true.
Okay, National Hurricane Center, Pacific National Weather Service on Twitter stated it hit at 1:25 a.m. 160 to 200 mile an hour winds. Oh yeah, I can see that guitar. Sounds around. Yeah, this is very strong. All right.
By the way, do you know there's a lunar eclipse upcoming?
Hold on. Diana asked me something. David, how can you head off when you're in the middle of a major disaster? I will be live a little bit longer. I'm not. Did I say I was headed off? I did not say I was headed off right now.
You kind of did. Said like 5 to 10 minutes.
Oopsie.
You remind me of someone in my past.
But how are you doing, Diane? Yeah, we're gonna watch this a little longer. Because this is moving on shore right now. Lots of lightning is still continuing. It's right here. It's just moving just north of Acapulco, Mexico. Is the worst over? Nope.
No. Not even close. The worst has started.
Especially when it comes to the rainfall threat and the inland hazards that that's going to pose, that's going to take hours to really start to take effect.
And Guitar Soundboard says this is the fastest moving intensifying to a Category 5 hurricane in world history. What are your thoughts on that, Ethan? Did this intensify as fast, if not faster, than Patricia?
I'm not certain about Patricia and how quickly it intensified. I believe Pat said earlier that this is the second most quickly intensifying, but I'm not sure about that.
Also, David thanked me later.
Yep, I saw that. Thank you for the $4 donation, Daniel.
Super sticker. Get some coffee while you're at it.
Oh, yeah.
Or an energy drink.
I don't drink energy drinks. I am not an energy drink person. I only drink water. I only drink water.
Okay, you sound like me.
Man, this weather
I
pattern.
went through a full.
This weather pattern coming up on the GFS is BS. That's all I gotta say. It's total BS.
That rhymes. That rhymed too.
Oh, the GFS is gonna have a piece of me. I hate the GFS. Wants a death ridge across the west. Stupid GFS.
Oh dear. How about you look at the GFS model? What happens near November 6th in Florida?
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And then it rushes up the coastline, gives me a crap ton of rain while it collides with the trough. It's nice and fun. While Maine, Upper Maine and Canada, Upper Maine and Canada are, getting their fair share of a mixing of, snow and rain.
And that is going to be a very extreme pattern. Oh my golly word. Yeah, by the way, Ethan, your area could have temperatures as low as the upper teens at night.
Jeepers. When am I expected to have my first snowfall, huh?
Yeah, we might get some snow off this from Lake Michigan.
Probably December or
January. Right now, if the GFS continues this way, it could be mid-November.
Yeah, I know. I see that.
Golly, oh my gosh, that's a strong high. Look at this high on the GFS, Ethan and Taniel. Winds near tropical storm force out of the northeast around this high at 186 hours out.
Yep.
It was.
That is what I would.
That's interesting.
That is what I would call the Raptor High, the Raptor Ridge. No, I'm just kidding.
Really, Raptor? Like, why out of like always the Raptor comes into play? Raptor engine, Raptor. It's always Raptor. I swear to God.
I don't know.
Also, my area is gonna be kind of a little toasty warm for a while, way above average.
Whoa, that's just too. Oh my gosh, I feel bad. We have had that for most of October. Time for you guys to have your fair share of summer weather.
Here it's supposed to get, I don't know, 16 degrees above on the 28th.
Oh, that is
Above
wow.
normal. I think that's like 70s for us that day, and it's gonna get a little cold, so a little cold for some time, and then the heat's gonna come back for November. It's gonna be in cycles.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Right.
and I wanted to mention this to Ethan. This is seriously extreme. I mean, we can have temperatures in Montana, Ethan, as low as negative 15 degrees at night in Fahrenheit.
Yeah, the Northern Plains, they're certainly in for a big wintertime wake-up call with this system coming in, dumping cold air into the Northern Plains. You got winter storm warnings up there already. The first of the season, I might add, and very cold air. But I did want to say, AD asks, what is the likelihood of Otis crossing Mexico and getting into the Gulf?
Oh, good one. Let's see the GFS, shall we? Let's see with what it shows.
I don't think it's gonna go
Oh,
you know.
It's not gonna make it. Even gonna make it. Not even
It's
gonna
gonna
dare.
stay in Texas.
The moisture, however, you'll get in Texas, but no circulation at all. However, there is
Starbase Texas.
However, there is a big area of low pressure though that we gotta watch. That is in the Caribbean.
Yeah, it's very broad. Very broad, but we've seen broad systems become a big thing. And that is the definition of it.
That we have to watch closely for, because something could spin off of that. By the way, Raptor 7, I don't know if you got my reply or my comment back, but how would you like it if you wanted to partner up this winter season for California? Because I'm really looking for someone to go with this winter season. If there's like a big storm, I want to go chasing. I literally want to go chasing for it. Be like Mark Sedeth. No, I'm just kidding. Not like that, but like I want to feel the storm.
I feel like yeah. Me and David, I'm the space guy and David's the weather person. That is such a good combo. I talk about all the technical stuff that makes everything possible for us looking at this storm. Since we don't have radar, it's satellite.
Yes, Kevin, this is live.
A lot of satellites.
Oh, absolutely.
Unfortunately, as Rocket Lab lost, I swear to God, it's always meteorology equipment. They a little bit ago they had a failure and it had a radar satellite on it. Yeah, it sucked. It was their 40th mission with the rocket. They've had bad luck with the upper stage engine. The upper stage engine failed to ignite correctly. Happens.
Yes, Raptor. Oh,
There's that.
wait. So Raptor, 7, you have Facebook? What's your Facebook?
Yeah.
Because you're up there in Chico. I mean, you're not that far. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to, if you all want to check out my Sacramento Weather Center group, yep, that's where I do a lot of these discussions. Some of the longest discussions. Yeah, I go into detail. So if you guys want to follow me here, it's only for Northern and maybe a portion of Central California. I do not do national weather. So if you follow me on here and you expect national weather, I am so terribly sorry. I don't do that. I just do it for my area. But if you want to just join in for support, you're more than happy to. It is Sacramento Weather Center Group on Facebook. Oh, actually, you live in Elk Grove now? Oh, that's closer. Wow.
I can't take you seriously when you go, oh! Can't take you seriously.
I have a truck with storm-proof windows and tires for wind damage and... Oh my gosh, Raptor. Oh my gosh, me and you would make a team. Oh, I'm actually getting a dashboard camera mount for my iPhone. Yes, folks. See if I could bring it up here.
By the way, David, I wanted to ask you if you would be willing to do something a little bit, not nearly as much as you do actually, but willing to do with me.
Yeah. What is it?
Live stream the next Starship launch.
I will have to.
enjoy
I'll have to see because my days are really busy. I mean, the last few days, it's just, it's.
When are you busy usually? What times?
If I wake up at like 9, if I wake up at, well, the whole goal here is for me to wake up earlier and do a lot of my Facebook, social media networking and everything, and then after that do a YouTube.
With Starship, it would be early morning.
I could not do that. I'm not. If it's like 8 in the morning your time, I'll be asleep. I'm sorry.
Actually, it might be like 5 my time.
Then I won't be awake. Nope. I'm sorry. But I wanted to show you this. Raptor, I wanted to show you this. Got the new iWatch. Got the new Ultra. Yeah. Got the new Ultra. So I can see a lot on this. I can see a lot of cool, important information about my exercising.
Everybody should go subscribe to me because I'm cool. I do stuff and things. And if you don't get a cookie.
So Raptor, if you could message me on Facebook, because I am more active on Facebook than I ever have, since I actually do have a page.
Oh. Me over here secretly editing away.
The last known live webcam is now down.
Yeah, no shocker.
Yup, everything's out. Everything's out. Yeah, what's her name, Raptor, on Facebook? It's probably the same thing. I'm just gonna search it up. I actually need to go to my personal Facebook name. By the way, Raptor, this is me right here. Moo. So, yeah. What's up, Mario? How are you doing? So we are watching the hurricane for a little longer. The elevator, or Otis, has made landfall. Whoa, we got 3. Oh, wait, I thought we had 3 areas.
I will be right back.
Sweet. So did you, friend me, Raptor? If you did, let me know. Because I really, really want to connect with you. I really do. Because, I mean, this year, I am predicting we're going to have a really good winter. And I really want to go out there and winter storm chase. And actually go live. And just be out there. I just want it. It's just, yeah. Yeah, we're talking about the hurricane. We're talking about the hurricane. Omerita. We really don't have any new information other than it made landfall at 165 miles an hour. It is bringing catastrophic damage, storm surge flooding. Oh yeah, I heard about the Consumnes River. Yeah, it flooded Highway 99. But yeah, Raptor 7, if you could message me, because I don't, before you actually have to head off, so that way I can connect with you, you know? Because I mean, I'm excited. I'm ready for this winter. Because now that I can drive, that I'm more mobile, makes it a whole lot easier for me to do what I want to do. What about you, Daniel? Can you drive yet?
What?
Can you drive yet?
I know how to drive. I don't have my permit or my license yet.
Oh, okay. What's up, David Quinn? How are you doing? Hey, we got another David in the chat. David is a very popular name. Yeah, David seems to be a very popular name.
You just realized that?
Well, it's always been popular.
Exactly.
We're great people. Yup, we are, David.
Too many Davids, I swear.
thing I like about the name Daniel is Daniel.
Oh,
It rhymes.
yes, because Daniel's my real name.
Oh. You there, Raptor? Turn on those afterburners, buddy.
Jesus. What?
Because he's a raptor. All right. Anything else you guys need to ask me? Because getting a bit late here. I have been up
And I am back.
since 9 o'clock this morning. I've been out and about, and I come upstairs to find this.
Listen, I've been up since 6 yesterday, my time,
Jeez. Wow.
and I'm still up 3:10 a.m. the next day.
Gosh. It's crazy.
Tell me about it.
Is this gonna flood the US deserts again? If we actually take a look at the models on this part, most likely not, because there's actually going to be a cold front that makes its way. There's going to be moisture, actually, that gets funneled in, but really not much for the desert southwest. Not much at all. You there, Ethan?
Yes.
Okay. It is so interesting, by the way, I wanted to show viewers this. It is very interesting that you actually get snow. You get a snowstorm with such high barometric pressure. Why is that, Ethan? I mean, I thought surface high pressure means nice weather, but not in this case.
Yeah, well, it's moisture that's being lifted ahead of the low pressure that you see down there up over the front and coming into some very cold air, obviously, coming into the northern plains. That's going to produce profiles that are quite sufficient for snowfall.
Okay. All right. I think that is it. I'm waiting for a response from Raptor. I don't know if Raptor is still here. But otherwise, I think I am going to head off for the night. I hope you guys liked this stream very much. If you did, please make sure you subscribe, share, and like, and I will hopefully, fingers crossed, that my day allows it, to actually focus on the US. We got some very wild weather to talk about. Some big-time wild weather, as I would say. There could be more snowstorms, more big Arctic air masses coming in. We'll let you know tomorrow afternoon on this channel. And boy, I cannot wait. Cannot wait for El Nino to really kick into high gear this winter season for my area. For a lot of us that really need the rain. Unless you're up in Indiana, you really need it there too.
Yeah, I would appreciate it.
But too bad. So sad. Probably not going to happen very much there. But thank you all for tuning in tonight, and I'll be back with you more today, later on, in the afternoon and evening hours of Wednesday, October the 25th. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Share, like, and subscribe.